Fastless Fitness. So me and Jody will be taking you through the organization, then the gap, and then the training activity, and probably then you all can give your feedback to all of us. Over to Jody.
So Fastlane Fitness is a small to medium-sized business here in Hamilton CBD. It is a gym. It offers the usual gym equipment, but also has a pool which makes it slightly different to the rest of the gyms. Their opening hours are also slightly different, a little bit longer, open a little bit earlier, in order to get those people who want to, work out later in the evening. They offer group fitness classes, they have yoga classes, and they also have a Feed Zone Cafe, which is, they've got really specialty food, healthy food, and they cater for multiple different dietary needs. And there are approximately 25 employees that are employed with them. Their vision and mission weren't clear on their website, so this is actually what we've received from the HR manager herself. So the vision at Fastlane Fitness is to be the facility of choice for health and fitness in Hamilton. Their mission is to go to great lengths in all that they do, and the objectives are to be empowering, personable, and informative. Lakshmi is going to go on to our perceived HR strategy.
So what is the perceived HR strategy in Fastlane Fitness? That is, they expect their staff to be open in communication, authentic and transparent, and be friendly and personable with the customers entering in. So basically, the HR manager over there is like whatever she says, it should go very well through whole of the staff, and in turn, the staff should tell whatever the perceived messages very clearly to the customers coming in. So, but the gap is there, and the gap is communication from managers to the staff. The HR manager of the Fastlane Fitness is there till afternoon only, and after that, when she leaves, if she's leaving, and the message has to be given to the staff, she gives it to one person, like just communicating, and that person has to further give to another person who is coming next to her. So what happens when a manager gives a message to the one person? He adds on his opinion according to what he has perceived, according to his opinion, what the message has been given. He'll give that message like putting up his opinion to the next person. And similar way, the next person will do for the next person, putting up his opinion into that message and give. So what happens here is there is a communication gap, and they don't get the proper message that was given by the manager to the employees. So this way the message gets disrupted, and they get few of the opinions added by other people also, and they get wrong message actually, right?
So this is going to lead us to our training activity. It's called the broken telephone. So we're going to actually need everybody's involvement, and we might need to pass around some more masks to make sure everybody's wearing a mask, because it does entail everybody actually whispering something to the person beside them. So what we're going to do in a moment, but not yet, is everybody to stand up and form a circle. Lakshmi and I will be on either end of the circle, where I will say a statement into the person's ear, and then so on and so forth. The statement will get carried around the circle, and then Lakshmi will end up with the result.
So make sure you just whisper it, that the next person doesn't listen it. Only the person you're whispering in the ear only should listen that.
Yeah.
Right?
Then Lakshmi will write the statement onto the board, what she heard, and then I will let everybody know what the original statement was. And after this, we will all discuss as a group what happened. Okay, so if everybody could stand up and form a circle and please wear your mask and put your mask on if you don't have one. Here's mask. Masks on, everybody. Everybody has a mask? Yeah? So everybody stand up. If we could just kind of go in between the gaps and form a circle. Perfect. If you girls could come around and like this.
To this way. She's standing behind you.
And then can you just use this little bit here? And then, yep. Excellent. So I'm going to whisper something to my right, and then everybody will continue on. Make sure it's a whisper. and it's not that the other person can hear what it is. Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Okay. And then pass it on. Did you hear it okay? Okay, I'll say it one more time.
नसी चेंज मत कर देना फिर Just try to explain whatever you heard, pass it on.
See, I don't know what is the statement, so I can't be biased.
Pass it on. Try not to repeat it to the person who's already said it to you.
hold on, you need to slow down.
Pass it on.
Pass it on.
Pass it on, Kyla.
Wait, one more time.
No, pass it on, Kyla.
वहाँ से correct pass नहीं हुआ.
Nisha, keep quiet. You don't need to tell. We'll tell you.
Pass it on.
I think we should sit down if they want. Don't laugh, just tell me.
Okay, everybody else take a seat. Lakshmi will write up the result onto the board.
Come? What? No one can see.
So the last result was come on and see, come on and see. The original message was David Burlow Communication Model SMRC.
How the person has added on his opinion, how he has judged the message he has received and given on to the other person.
Yeah.
See the miscommunication, how it has changed this much.
So where do you think it went wrong?
After the second person.
So what do you think impacted the second person's new perception of what was said?
The first person.
Listening skills can impact.
What else?
Perception skills.
The mask, obviously, that's another like layer of like a barrier that gets.
That's a
put-
physical barrier.
Exactly. So it's a physical barrier, and all of these things are in place. Like Lakshmi said, the HR manager finishes work by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and she's not there to convey any information to the staff that are working till 10 p.m. at night. So you can see how there's all these barriers that come into place, and sometimes the message isn't actually passed on correctly.
So this is the David Burners SNCR model, actually what we have said and what you have received. So this is the basic communication model where the sender gets a message that is encoded by him through a channel, and that is then decoded by the receiver. So this is basically what happened with us. She was the sender and Karamji was the receiver. So what she encoded a message regarding the SNCR model, and he received and decoded it as something like this. So that was actually bad. So the receiver is having a feedback loop, like whatever you receive from a person, you always get back in case you don't understand that what have you said and does that actually means. Then it will be great for the organization because they'll get the actual message whatever has been said.
Yeah. So what are some other forms of communication that would maybe be a little bit better than passing a message down from one person to another? We've put some here, but what are some other options of communicating? How else will we communicate with each other so everybody understands what's
You all
going
are on your workplaces, how your managers communicate to you? Is it the only ways that they are communicating to you, or some other ways are also there?
Online meetings.
Online meetings?
Yeah.
Okay.
Zoom meetings now. Any other ways?
Usually writing it down.
Writing it down, sending an email. What are some negative things that can happen when things are written down?
Gets
Spelling.
lost.
Spelling. Sometimes there's a miscommunication in the way things are said. So you might have said like "good job," like "woohoo," but someone could read it like "well, good job."
Yeah.
Like,
But,
so some people perceive things differently than others. So face-to-face meetings are really great because you're actually able to send a message across to the person directly, and then what you actually wanted to be said is heard by the person that you wanted to say it to.
And probably you can get the feedback also. If you don't get that properly, you can directly ask the person that what has been said. Is it actually this is what you meant by this?
Mhm.
So that's really good. So this is a feedback form.
So earlier everybody got a feedback form placed face down. If you can go ahead and fill that out, and we will come around and collect it.
These are our references.
And thank you so much for your time, everybody.
Thank you.